Hey guys, I am Food by Faith Garden to Table. My bun about to fly off. Food by Faith Garden to Table. Your zone 8A. I think we changed to 8B, but we're just going to stick with 8A. Georgia gardener, and it has been a while, and I do miss you guys. We are back in town, and of course, I am gardening. I have a lot going on, as you guys can see from my previous shorts and a lot of my community posts. Just make sure you go and check those out so that you can see all the different things that I have growing on. But what we are here to talk about today is this. This is, if you can see it, yeah, it's as tall as I am, but it is a 66 pod AeroGarden. Let me pull you back so you can see. So each setup has 22 spaces for you to be able to start your seeds in. At first, I was going to, and you guys have seen it, we all do it, I was going to set up a seed starting area right here in my dining room, which is usually the ideal place for me to do it. Doing it in my garage is not ideal because we literally park our cars in our garage. Yes, we have some storage in there, but we use it to actually park our cars in there. And there's no place else in my home that I could actually start seeds in. So this was the best place to do it. And at first I was like, okay, I will do the cups, I will do the seed starting cells, but then I was doing some research and I saw this and I just fell in love. So this is what I ended up getting, and it literally came in the mail today. The setup was not hard. If you are used to setting up any type of AeroGardens, that would make the setup easier because literally the instructions were not that great. It kind of went between pictures and words, and you kind of had to put the context codes together to get it together. But it literally was an easy setup. Each section came in a pretty big box. So this was the box that it came in. And it's a pretty large box. And the good part about that is each section came together. So literally all I had to do was put the legs on, connect the cords in the back, and put the sections back together, because inside each section was everything that went with that section. Let me get a little closer so you guys can see. So here are the lids for the sections. These are plant labels. These are stickers as well as humidity domes. And these are the sponges. I have quite a bit of sponges, but I have the rest because per these instructions, we actually have to soak these sponges. So for my AeroGarden, I don't pre-soak the sponges. I don't think I ever have. For my AeroGardens, nor when I did have, before I moved the last time, the lead pot systems, I did not soak those sponges, but I am going to follow the directions for these and soak the sponges. It also comes with nutrients, and the nutrients is labeled A and B. It tells you exactly how to measure A and B. Guys, this is not a sponsored video. I bought this after doing some research, and we are going to walk through this thing together. Sometimes it's just like that. When you want something, you want it, you purchase it, and you get your gardening done. And to be able to start 66 seeds all at one time is very, very helpful for me, because I can get a lot of work accomplished. But it came with all the pieces that you needed. The funny thing is, it says, if you can see here, seeds not included. Y'all know, seed hustler here, seed hustler. They don't have to give me no seeds. Baby, I got everything I need. I got everything you need. Just send me an email. Maybe you can get a little something from over here too. But I have about 40 different plants that I want to start, because I am going to, as you heard Miss Linda talking about my kitchen garden, I absolutely love my kitchen garden. In my kitchen garden, I have garlic, 4 types of mint, because mint is my absolute favorite, and I have lemon thyme in there, and those are things that I use on a regular basis. Inside my garden is where I had my basil, I had my sage, and I had my oregano. Again, those are items that I use on a regular basis, as well as my onion tops. But around my shed outside, I am actually going to make a second kitchen garden. Usually I plant zinnias there, but this year I'm not going to. I usually literally just broadcast zinnia seeds there, but I'm not going to do that this year. This year I'm going to be intentional. I don't have my notebook here with me, but I literally took a page from Growing Out the Box and I did a garden plan. So for the areas where the trellis is going to be, I'm going to have 2 different types of tomatoes in the back, and then I'm going to have a certain item in the middle, a certain item in the front, because we want to maximize our garden space. And let me go get the notebook, because I want you actually to see what I'm talking about. So a lot of times we talk about companion planting, but outside of companion planting, I just like to plant certain items together. And this year, so what I'm going to do, and this is like a replica of, because I am like Picasso out in these streets. So this is my husband looking at me. This is my garden plan, and so in my area where I have my hibiscus plant, I also have some garlic there. In my garden bed, one garden bed is going to have peppers, watermelon, and onions. So almost every garden bed is going to have some onions in them. Then I'm going to have another garden bed that's going to feature collards, but I'm also going to have carrots, cilantro, and marigolds. And it seems like a lot, but it's not, because the collards are going to take up the beds are 8 by 4. So the collards are going to take up the whole entire center of the beds. And then on one end, I'll have marigolds. One end, I'm going to have cilantro. And in the front, I'll have the carrots. Reason being, I do not like cilantro. It is a herb that you love or you hate, and it tastes like soap to me. So with my taste buds, I cannot stand it. But it is a good repellent. It is a good trap crop. So instead of worrying about doing companion planting, I'm going to use trap crops. So marigold is a good trap crop. It is a good plant that is a beautiful flower, and I will cut it and I will use it, but it is very good to repel bugs. Same thing for cilantro. In another one of my beds, I'm going to have cucumbers. I'm going to have long beans on a trellis. I'm going to have amaranth. I'm going to have a marigold plant, and I'm going to have lettuce. Lettuce will come and go. So it is something that while you are waiting on your other plants to grow, the lettuce we will already have harvested it, eaten it, and maybe it'll come again. But then, of course, we're going to have amaranth in there with cucumbers. The reason why I have the amaranth in there with the cucumbers is because, again, trap crop. I tested it one year, and when I tell you, the bugs tore that amaranth down, and I didn't have any problems with my cucumbers. Then I will have another garden bed, and it will have tomato and, of course, basil. And then it'll have onions. And as those things are phasing out, I will have pumpkins in there. I have seen many of our YouTube friends who never buy pumpkins for their fall decor because they grow them. You guys know that I love to grow North Georgia candy roaster squash. So it is always a staple in my garden. But I'm also going to, and I've also grown um, the mini pumpkins. I can't remember the exact name of them, but I've grown those before. But I will be growing, it's a pumpkin called the Rouge Vie de Ton. And it's a beautiful, beautiful pumpkin, but it's also one that you can eat. And I'll also be growing like your small sugar pumpkins as well. Then I have a big trellis that I'll be growing grapes on. But in the meantime, while the grapes are still trying to do their thing, I have butterfly pea germinating right now in my arrow garden. So that is what I'll have on that trellis. And this is a wrought iron trellis. Because again, when I came home from Germany in June, when I tell you the trellis that I had up there that I thought was strong enough, those grapes literally, and these were grapes that I bought from the blue store. So it wasn't like I went to Ison's or anything like that like I did this time. I got some grapes at the last minute from the blue store, planted them because I wanted to plant something before I left. And when we got home in June, we had beautiful, beautiful bunches of grapes. But it had taken that trellis all the way forward. And we literally, it was like a jungle out there between grapes and watermelons. And so we literally had to chop them up. The grapes did get eaten, but we had to tear that trellis down. We had to pretty much dig up the grapes. It was a mess. So I reordered more grape plants. And of course, my husband put together a wrought iron trellis for me this time. And we're going to make sure that it is very stable into the ground. It comes with spikes on the bottom, but I'm also going to dig holes, drop them in there, and then fill it back up, and that will steady it. Because just like yesterday, we had a very high lake wind advisory and everything got blown around. So guys, we have a plan, and I'm excited about the plan. I'm excited to get all of my seeds started. I'm going to have flowers. I'm going to have brassicas. I'm going to have it all. And of course, I'm going to bring you guys along with me. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging out with me. As always, get up, get out, and grow something and have faith in our food. And we see you the next time.